All right. Feeney Talks with Friends, episode 69. We're very excited. We have a special guest. My name is Eric Feeney, founder and president of Friends of Feeney. Our mission is to help children and families that have heartbreak or tragedy. I use this podcast to talk to wonderful people that do great things in the community. And our guest today does wonderful things in the West Hartford community. Marsha.
Yay!
Marsha McCurdy Adell. I'm so excited to talk with you.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, you are the Deputy Fire Marshal.
I am.
For West Hartford.
Yes, indeed.
That is fantastic. How's it feel?
I love it. It's a great job. I've had a great career. I used to fight fires, and I did that for 20 years, and now I prevent them. So I think that's a home run right there.
Yeah. So you do wonderful things in the community. You keep us safe. So thank you.
That's what I try.
Thank you from everyone. Thank you for me and the West Hartford community. 20 years fighting fires. That is commendable, and that is amazing. And I respect that job, and it's a tough one. And very exciting. Very exciting. Let's just review. So last episode 68, Kate Farrar. And I want to thank my sponsors, Direct Line Media, Kyle and Dave from Direct Line Media. None of this would be possible. Gastro Park, 637. The owner's Tate. The Fix IV, Donut Crazy, Weehaw Roasting and Brewing, West Hartford Lock, Keating Agency Insurance, Golf Law Group. You know any of those guys?
I do. They all sound familiar, as a matter of fact. Well, probably not Direct Line Media. No, I'm just kidding.
So 20 years.
20 years. 20 years I spent on the line. That's what we call it when you're on a fire truck. And then And then I was promoted to fire inspector and then deputy fire marshal. So
nice.
Yeah.
Deputy fire marshal. So let's get right into it.
Sure.
West Hartford Lock, 3 keys. What are 3 keys that make you great at being deputy fire marshal?
Always learning,
Mm-hmm.
always looking out. And let's see, you always have to put things in perspective, right? So as a good deputy fire marshal, which I'm learning how to be,
Yep.
You have to remember that there are all these rules that are not just rules, that they're laws, statutes. And on the other side of that is there are people who are property owners or business owners trying their best to be compliant. And if you can't keep good perspective and recognizing that you've got someone who's trying to own a business or they've got some property and they are trying to be compliant, you got to give a little leeway sometimes. So you're not going to be a good deputy fire marshal if you just pound your fist on the table and say, this is what I want.
Nice. Good listener. Always learning.
Yeah.
And
always learning. Always keeping an eye out. If you see something, it's just like everything else, right? If you see something, say something. That's it. If you see something that if you see an exit light that's out, if you see an exit that's blocked, you got to pay attention. Take a look at those things and say, this doesn't look right. And there's sometimes even, it's crazy. There's sometimes where you're not quite even sure what is wrong here, but something isn't right.
Yeah.
And that happens in life, and that happens in the fire marshal's office also.
The first time I've ever heard fire marshal, I think I was in high school when we were at a basketball game and there were too many people in the gym.
Yes.
And they were like, fire
Classic.
Marshal said there's too many people, some have to clear out.
Yeah,
classic.
classic.
I'm like, is that all a fire marshal does? So in addition to that, you must do a lot of things.
Absolutely. We not only do fire inspections, we also do fire investigations. We do public education. So our reach is pretty far.
Nice.
Our jurisdiction is right here in West Hartford, but what we do in West Hartford, we affect basically everywhere and everyone. So if you are a business or property, if you are a property that has, hold on a second. If there is property that is not a 1 or 2 family home.
Yep.
So say Gastro Park.
Okay.
It's inspectable property. That means that you might be on a cycle. It might be every year, every 2 years, every 3 years, but you're getting inspected. And just like every other jurisdiction in the nation, we are understaffed, but guess what? We are out there doing our best to make sure that every piece of property that's under our jurisdiction is safe. And that's the most important thing for us. It's about safety, keeping you safe.
Say you're doing a fire inspection. What's the first thing that would stand out? A key of importance, like locking the door, exits clear.
Exits clear, lighting, making sure that there's room to walk. You think to yourself, if you think about all those horrible accidents that you've heard on the news where if only they could have made it to the door.
Yeah.
Well, that's our responsibility when we walk through a door. We want to make sure that the doors open freely. Those are just some of the simple things. But that's about keeping a lookout, right? Lighting. Can you see the exit? Do you know where the exit is? And you might not need to look for it when you come in, but if there's an emergency, we hope that you can see it and that
and multiple exits, of course,
exactly.
too. We're on a podcast, Feeney Talks with Friends. We do have a recommendation portion, but there's a Swindled podcast, and they talked about a Rhode Island nightclub that had a fire. Did you hear? You know about that one?
It was the fourth deadliest nightclub fire in American history.
Yeah. Yeah, it was horrible. The things that went wrong, they put, they sprayed for sound, but it was not fireproof, fire attract.
So instead of it being fireproof material that was on the walls.
It was flammable.
Yeah, it's basically what, those egg crates you'd put on a bed.
Yes, that's what it was. Like
that's basically what it was. Yeah. It was just foam. And they were lighting off pyrotechnics, all those boom flash.
A couple exits were blocked with storage. Just everything that could go wrong went wrong. And I don't know why I thought of that, but Swindled, great podcast. That podcast got you thinking, when you get to a venue or something, know where the exits are.
And make sure they're clear.
Clear.
Yeah.
And then there was like the bouncer was turning people away. People wanted to go out the door, and he was like, no, go that way. And they were like, would have saved.
Right.
So
I don't want you to let other people in. Everybody's trying to get out. So that was devastating.
Cops say on the job.
Yes.
And you say
on the job.
On the job.
We'll say
in the line.
Well, you're on the job. No, if you are a member of the fire department, you're on the job. You're on the line if you're on a fire truck.
Gotcha.
Or fire engine.
And you did that for 20 years?
Yes.
On the line?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, new game.
That was awesome.
Another game. First, last, best, worst. Do you want to do on the line, your first call, your last call,
my
your best
first
call?
Fire. Can I tell you about that?
Yeah.
My first fire. I was at Station 1, which is over on Prospect.
Okay.
It's an awesome firehouse. It's the oldest firehouse in town. And there was a fire that unfortunately was fatal. And they never prepare as much training as we have. And we have tons and tons of training. As much training as we have. Nothing really prepares you for every component. But it was exhilarating. It was a rush. It was pretty exciting. When that bell hits and you know that you're going to a structure fire and there are flames, you slide down that pole, you jump in the fire truck, you get all your gear on you. It's great. So it's great.
Where is the one on Prospect? Start me at like Prospect Calf or the new Caribbean spot.
Alrighty.
Is that from there?
So you're gonna go towards Farmington Avenue. You're gonna cross over Boulevard. You're gonna cross over. Well, when you cross over Boulevard, and you pass CVS on your left and Spigot on the right.
Okay.
You're going to keep going down, but not all the way to Farmington Avenue. Before Farmington Avenue, Rogers Liquors.
Yep.
Right? So before Rogers Liquors, there's a firehouse.
Okay. Wow. And it's on Prospect Ave.
Interesting story. You want to hear it?
By that 7-Eleven?
No.
Or where am I? Come on. I can't get
7-Eleven is across the street.
That's Park Road.
We're on Park Road.
Yeah.
And we take a left onto Prospect.
Yep.
7-Eleven's on our right.
Okay.
And you keep going down and you just cross over Boulevard, like the weird 5 corners.
Yeah. The intersection.
Cross over because you just passed CVS and you just passed the Spigot. Keep going. Yep. There's going to be a stop sign.
Yep.
Which is new, by the way. Messes me up every single time. It messes me up. And then you keep going, and it's on the left-hand side.
Yeah, my daughters went to Bristol, so I would drive around. Okay, that makes sense now.
Interesting story about that firehouse. If you're at that firehouse and you see a fire across the street and were to dial 911...
Oh, it's Hartford.
It's Hartford. And if the people across the street say I've got a fire next door and they're dialing 911, they're going to get the Hartford Fire Department. So luckily, we have something called mutual aid, and we all work together to make sure that people are safe, which is the bottom line, right?
Wow. And do you guys do 24 hours, or do you do 3 on, 1 off, or
on the
1
line
off,
is,
3 on?
It's 1 2 1 4, so 1 24-hour period on, 2 days off, 1 24-hour period on, 4 days off.
Okay. Yeah, there
wonky.
were studies on that, because it used to be, what, 2 days on?
3 days on, 3 days off, 3 nights on, 3 days off. So you'd have 3 10-hour days, 3 days off, 3 14-hour nights, 3 days off.
But you would get multiple calls within those 3 days. So maybe your third call, you're tired and worn out. So they said studies that 24-hour is the best way, right? You agree or disagree? Have you experienced both in your 20 years?
I have. And I will say that your body just gets used to whatever you put it up against, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was used to 3 on, 3 off for the longest time. We switched to 1 2 1 4, and it's probably a little bit of an adjustment there.
Yeah.
Right? But
especially
it all works
scheduling
out.
and stuff.
Yeah, it all works out. It all works out. I think probably the biggest adjustment for me, I'm 5 days a week. That's crazy to me in my head.
Nowadays.
So I go to work Monday through Friday, 7 to 4. And I was like, wait a second, how come I have to go to work on Thursday? Like, didn't I just work 3 days? So it was weird for me. But believe me, when you get your weekends off and you get to sleep in your own bed every night, that makes such a huge difference.
And home by 4.
Yes.
That was really cool.
15,
so you got your first call
4:15.
on the line. Well, how about your last call?
My last call was over on Ridgewood Road.
Okay. The lawyer's house? Was he a lawyer?
No,
sorry.
I don't know the profession of the homeowner, but
Gotcha.
I will tell you this: when we went in, lots of smoke, and this person had ammunition in the basement. Yeah, made for a complication. When you hear boom, boom, boom,
They
boom,
started
boom,
going
boom.
off?
Yeah, because it's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot. And you can actually, there was a bit of an explosion where we had the walls actually move off the studs. So you can actually see the screws and the sheetrock. It was crazy.
Wow.
And you can see the bullets actually in the walls. Crazy.
Firing off.
Crazy.
That's scary and crazy.
Yeah.
Whole nother element. Fighting fire and dodging bullets. Yeah. That was your last one.
That was my last fire.
So you're like, whew, made it out of that one.
Yeah.
I hate to say, but is there a best or a worst? It's a tough call, right?
Probably the most how about we talk about most fascinating? It was off of Albany Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And we got off the fire truck. The whole house was on fire. Guys outside, my house is on fire. Yes, we see your house is on fire. The whole house was on fire. That was that's one of those moments where, you know, you hate to admit that you took a moment to just like take that all in for a second, because it's almost like what you'd only see on TV and in the movies. So, yeah. And I got to say that I have had awesome crews, awesome partners, awesome leadership, my lieutenant, my captains. And I came home every night. So that's what I'm really grateful for. It's not always because of what I do. It's because of who you're working with, the equipment that you have, the education, and the training that we go through. So I'm really happy about that.
That's so cool. We're right over by the school in Connard. Mm-hmm. What is that, 10? 5?
5, yeah.
Darn it. Cheeseburger?
You were halfway
Do you
there.
know Cheeseburger? It was my kids were young, and they were like 5. And we went in, and she introduced herself as Cheeseburger. She called radio. Come on. Maybe she made it up or was teasing the girls.
I think you made that up.
You're going to call around, ask Cheeseburger. 5.
No,
I need to follow
won't.
up. Maybe it's not Cheeseburger. Maybe it's
Cheeseburger.
No, it's Cheeseburger. 100%.
Cheeseburger?
Oh, man.
I mean, I could probably kind of throw something out there to guess, but I won't.
Yeah.
I won't.
Well, Marsha McCurdy Adell, you could be reached at 860-561-8316 and madell at westhartford.ct.gov.
Nope.
No?
Adell at westhartfordct.gov.
What did I say?
westhartford.ct.gov.
Oh, there's no C dot. Oopsies. I went to the... Yeah, let's add that to the list. Feeney blooper. At least I got Tate's address right today. Last podcast, of course. Cheers. Thank you for coming.
Here's to you.
Here's to a wonderful podcast. We're on 637. I started off last podcast, the John Decker podcast, actually. I said 237. I
don't have a cake.
Cake. We got some cake on.
You know,
we have gifts. We have prizes.
Are we on?
Games. Of course. Okay. We're always on.
I wasn't gonna. I want hot mic.
Hot mic. Go hot mic.
Because you know what you do at the beginning of podcasts, right? What do you talk about?
What?
What's the number of podcasts? We'll skip that this time.
Yeah, I didn't know how to approach that one either. Well, cheers to that one too. Nice.
I wasn't sure which one I was. So when I sat down and you said it was 69, I was like, oh, well, we'll fast forward.
Nice. Yep. 24 years old when you started.
Yes. 24 years old. Just a little baby.
I know. Imagine that. 24 years old and you choose to, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into fires when people run away. That's so cool. What made you do that?
All right. So I am, by the way, one of the luckiest people you'll ever meet. I was working downtown Hartford at the downtown Hartford YMCA. And there's this gentleman who would come in, and he'd come in early every single time. Luckily, I'm an early riser. Gym would open up at 5:45, weird hour, I know, but he was always there at 5:30. I never understood it. And retired captain from the Hartford Fire Department. Mm-hmm. His name is Steve Harris. And Steve Harris would come up to me pretty regularly, and he would tell me about the fire department. He says, you ought to consider that. Sure. Okay. Like, no, I'm not considering that. That's ridiculous, but kind of interesting. So one day he had said to me, Marsh, you need to be a firefighter, Marsh. You need to be a role model, Marsh. And I was like, all right. And then I had a buddy, Pat Finn. He was a firefighter. Pat Brooks, firefighter. And I was just getting a lot of motivation and a lot of great information about how easy it is to fall in love with a job description that's just 2 words: save lives. Who doesn't want that?
It is true.
So as somebody who has been really athletic and I was in great shape, like the best shape, had all the enthusiasm for it, got an application and was told, fill this out and bring it into town hall tomorrow. And I did. And at the time I was training cops and firefighters from Hartford. So I got to see both folks, the cops and the firefighters. And I'll tell you, the difference in the way they even start their careers and where their enthusiasm is, it doesn't wane so quickly with firefighters. Let's just put it that way. So it was just really great to be around firefighters. Headquarters was right across the street. Hartford headquarters was right across the street. And it was just great to... Did
you apply to Hartford?
I didn't. I applied straight to West Hartford.
Gotcha.
I applied to West Hartford. I grew up here. Why wouldn't I want to serve the town I grew up in, Yeah. So it was great.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Man, and 20 years later.
Yeah.
Currently 20.
I'm actually going to hit 23 in July.
Nice.
Yeah. So I filled out my application. I ended up going to the written exam, and I'm like, I'm never going to get this job. It was at Conard High School.
Is that where you went to?
Yeah, I was going to say go Chieftains, but I know better. And I would go Red Wolves. And I was like, I am the only sedan in a parking lot full of pickup trucks. Like, there's no way I'm going to, But I did pretty well. I did very well. And then I figured I'm never going to get the job, so I moved to Florida. But then flew back up so that I can go ahead and take the physical agility test, and had an interview with the chief, and did had my physical. And there's several points in that whole process where I was like, there's no way I'm going to get this job. No way.
And each one is scored, right? And then
everyone is scored.
The interview, the physical. Do you have to run upstairs and carry a 100-pound weight?
At the time, it's a very different test than it was when I first got on the job. But it's very, very rigorous, incredibly challenging, very discriminating. Just in terms of if you're not strong enough, you're not going to make it. Period.
Yeah.
And you know what? Every firefighter on that job has been through a test that has proven that they can do the job. And I say, let's maintain that.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then you made history. Were you the first African-American firefighter?
I was the first Black woman to graduate from the Connecticut Fire Academy. Yeah.
In 2000.
In 2000.
2000 even. Yep. That makes sense. So first female, and now you're the first female.
The first Black woman, yeah.
First, yeah, Black woman.
You could say Black woman.
Black woman.
Yes.
Deputy Fire Marshal.
Yes. In West Hartford.
In West Hartford. And there's only one Deputy Fire Marshal?
Yes.
And there's one Fire Marshal?
Yes.
And then
inspectors.
Gotcha. And you were a inspector for a while?
I was an inspector for a bit before I became the deputy.
Is that when you made the videos?
Yes.
I watched some videos. I watched your stop, drop, cover your face now.
Yes.
And roll.
Exactly.
Caught my eye right away. My whole life, I've been stop, drop, and roll.
But you can't replace your face so well.
And you said that. You can
put a glove on your hands, but what are you going to do about your face? So.
That's all I got right now. My face. It's the money maker. We're on a podcast, baby. I'm kidding. Yeah, I thought that's amazing. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And then you did a call 911 video, candle safety, multiple videos.
Yes.
So that's while being a fire inspector.
It was a way to pivot through the pandemic.
Okay, because you're wearing a mask in a few.
I'm wearing a mask in a few. And we really needed to be creative in how we're going to reach people. If we weren't actually going into schools and we weren't going to homes, we weren't going into the senior centers. We weren't in front of people in person. So the way we went around that is by saying, okay, well, what's the next best thing? Well, people are watching TV. So let's make sure that we're on TV so they can watch us and deliver the message. So we actually did a really great job with making sure that we created a relationship with the media. And our local channel was
Channel
number
5.
one.
Shout out to
line.
West Hartford Channel 5.
Community Interactive. Did I get that right? Ooh,
I
WH. Ooh.
CHTV. WHC.
Let's look that up. I wish we had a magic box.
Kyle.
I wish we had a magic box that could tell us the answer.
5.
But they're on YouTube, and I'm a subscriber.
Yeah, they got like 1,000 followers.
Oh, they should have
more than 1,000.
65,000 followers. That's about how many people live in this town.
True. Let's get
West Hartford Community Interactive.
Yes,
I was right. Bingo, bango.
What do we got? 3.4 followers. So 3,000 followers. All right. And yeah, I noticed this too. You have lesson plans. Like real deal, objective, opener, active engagement. This is some real teacher stuff. You have common core strands, common core standards.
Let's just say that was a collaborative effort. Thank you, NFPA. And
who'd you work with?
NFPA. If you take a look in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little upper right-hand, the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that? The other right. Your firefighter right. What's NFPA stand for?
The National Fire Protection Association.
Gotcha. No, but we do initiation, guided practice, independent work, closure. This is a straight up real deal teacher lesson plan.
Well, the fire marshal's office is a real deal straight up thing.
Right? You're teaching. I love it.
So,
and you're a nationally certified youth fire setter intervention specialist.
Correct.
That was a lot.
Don't start fires. That's what I talk about.
Right? It's like,
don't do it.
Hey, youth, I got an idea. Don't do that.
Right.
You big dummy. And I was a big dummy. Waterbury, Connecticut, Lounsbury Avenue, right off South Main Street, 3rd floor of an apartment. My mom and dad are sleeping. I think it's a good idea to play with the toaster. I'm like 5 at the time. Mom, I love you, but I'm going to share the story anyway. I start by throwing cookies in the toaster.
Warm cookies sound good.
Oh, they were delicious. Little, get that smoky Oreo going. What's right above the toaster but the rack of paper towels?
Oh, no.
Unroll the paper towels, shove them in the toaster, press the toaster down. Paper towels go up, cabinets go up. I go, Ma, wake up. It was early. Wake up. They're like, what? The house is on fire.
That's not funny.
It was terrible. It was scary. My mom cried. My dad yelled at me. We had to run out of the apartment. I think my dad may have put it out and calm the fire. It didn't light the whole place up, and I think the fire trucks did show up, but didn't have to squirt the hoses or anything. Learning lesson. Scary moment of my life. Again, 5 years old. Exploring. I don't know why or how. And then there were still marks on the cabinet.
Yeah.
So this youth fire setting intervention, maybe if there were YouTube videos and people telling me don't do this, that never would have happened.
Right. I think it's the same thing. It's along the same lines as don't smoke. Don't start fires, right? And you start those lessons really early so they get ingrained. And unfortunately, not everybody has caught on to this don't start fires thing because it still happens. But I think people are far more aware. Yeah. And luckily, what we have now that we didn't have 20, 30, 40 years ago, it's the campaign for smoke detection. So when you take a look at all of the ads that are out there for smoke detectors and in schools telling kids about, go home, ask the grown-ups that you live with whether or not they've changed the batteries in the smoke detector. Early detection is what has been saving lives night and day. Seriously. So if I can... Is
it still when you change the clocks, you should change the battery?
Even better than that.
That was something that I was
absolutely.
told.
That still exists. But even better than that, take a look. If you've got an old smoke detector, what you need to do is go out there and get yourself it's a smoke detector, but it's sealed with a 10-year battery. Okay. So if that thing starts chirping because it's old, it's 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, guess what? Get another one.
Just get a new one.
Now you don't have to worry about changing it when you change the clocks, and it's just easy breezy. It's easy to be compliant.
Yeah. What about carbon monoxide?
Carbon monoxide is a huge killer, makes people sick real bad. And they have
detectors too.
They have carbon monoxide detectors, and they have combination detectors. So you can have a smoke detector and a carbon monoxide detector.
We had one go off. My babies were young. We didn't get into that, but I also have twins. We'll get into that segue. But my twins were babies, so that was 14 years ago, and this smoke alarm is going off of this not the smoke alarm. The
CO?
Yeah. So fire, again, I live around the corner from Engine 5. They were there a minute, and they we cleared out, they checked it off, and it was a malfunction.
Okay.
But I was so impressed. It's we moved while my wife was pregnant, so they were babies. So I was like, oh, this is great. West Hartford, they respond quick.
We do.
I was like, I like this town. And I was like, oh, and I'm like, we're new here. So I'm like, are we going to get a bill for this? What? How does this even work? New dad, new house. It was a couple months in, no bill. Part of the taxes. So
there's a bill. It just
right. Everyone pays it.
It's called West Hartford taxes. It's your mill rate.
And we're paying that.
It's your mill rate.
For sure.
So,
but no, wonderful place. I live and teach in West Hartford. You live and work in West Hartford. Great place.
It is.
You like West Hartford?
I love it.
You were born and raised in West Hartford?
Duffy Sedgwick Conard.
Come on.
Home of the Red Wolves.
Duffy Sedgwick Conard. All right, and you're back.
I
Very
am.
Cool.
I am.
How do you think? What are the school system? What do you think of the school system? Great teachers, right? Aren't they amazing? Aren't they the best?
I have been incredibly fortunate because my girls love their teachers.
Just wait.
And
just wait till next year.
Well, they are in 2 different classrooms. So
I know.
if they end up there's only one that would potentially have you.
I know.
And not the other. So
it can happen. And maybe it won't, because there's odds are there's 3. We'll never know.
Never know. Well, we will know.
Well, we'll know in August 4th when the letter comes out.
Right.
So speaking of which, let's get right into it. Zoe wrote me this wonderful note a while back.
Okay.
Mr. Feeney, funny. Mr. Feeney, you are the most funniest person in the world. Even when you're outside, you still put a smile on my face and happiness on my face. From Zoe, Mr. Feeney.
Oh,
Zoe,
wow.
you made my day when you gave this to me. I've been sitting on this for quite some time, but I love it. Zoe and Sage.
Nice job, Zoe.
Zoe, I got them on. I'm like, originally I was like, I think they were my introduction. I'm like, hey, tell your mom I want her to be on the podcast. They were like, did they go home and tell you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have that talk?
Oh, yeah. We had a talk.
Zoe, and then
This is really important, Mommy.
One's at like gymnastics, one's at dance. They were like,
Yes.
I can't be on today. My sister has gymnastics. I have dance. I'm like, you guys are busy.
It's true. They are. And they are so passionate about what they do. And they were willing to forego being a witness to this interview, this podcast, so that they
great.
could be at gymnastics and dance tonight.
So cool. But no, great kids. And they're in the video.
Sorry, ladies. Sorry you're not here. I love you too.
You did a great job volunteering at the stop, drop, cover your face and roll. Mm-hmm. They're like, what number? Last year in kindergarten, we learned 911. I can't hear you. Teacher move too. I was like, oh, that's great. I can't hear you. 911. Say it louder. 911. Stop,
that's
cover
awesome.
your face and roll.
That's
Stop.
It's a thing.
So yeah, we
stop. Job.
Open up shop. Oh, no. So we got guest passes for Stanford Museum. You ever go to Stanford? I want to thank Zoe and the crew. I want you to enjoy Stanford Museum and Nature Center.
Woo, woo.
Hopefully you come by there. That's for you.
Thank you.
And Zoe and Sage. Oh, and speaking of which, we had a fundraiser. Speaking of Zoe and Sage. This is on, we did a fundraiser at Lions Auto. We collaborated with Food Share, collecting food and money. Journey Homes, collecting furniture. And Friends of Feeney were collecting cans, returnable bottles and cans. And I think you were getting your Christmas tree that day.
We got our Christmas tree from Mark's. Yeah. Where we get it every year.
Mark was on the podcast. Check it out. Maybe 33, maybe 39. But Mark is a great guest. He can talk. It was great. So that's my Sage and Zoe. Got the letter. All right. We've got some games. You ready for some games? Finish the song. Bird game. State game. Dice game. Crazy questions. Or index card game. Ooh. We're going to play them all, so hopefully. And there's prizes.
Oh, I'm in.
Right,
Where are we going to start?
Let's do crazy questions.
All right,
we're
crazy
on topic
questions. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm in it to win it.
Someone's class. This is from one of these guys' class. Maybe you can guess who.
Okay.
We'll keep some of the names.
Okay. All right.
Crazy question sponsored by Donut Crazy.
Oh.
You ever go to Donut Crazy?
Yes, actually, Donut Crazy. If we're invited to your birthday party, 9 times out of 10, you're getting a gift card from Donut Crazy. And then what we do is we say, if you tell us when you're going, we'll come with you and celebrate your birthday twice.
I love it. Episode 10, Irene from Donut Crazy. We had our best fundraiser. It was 4 days before COVID. Mm-hmm. We had a celebrity server event. Celebrity servers. Next time you will definitely be there. Sorry that you weren't there, but you were a celebrity server.
Yes.
We raised money for a King Philip family that had a house fire, unfortunately. And we raised $3,000 and then the world got shut down. But that was Irene, Donut Crazy, great spot. Farmington Road, Farmington Ave, right next to Zahara, right next to, great spot.
Claypen,
another
is
great
right there.
spot.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so these are crazy questions.
All right, let's go.
Do you like Burger King?
Yes.
Do you like McDonald's?
Meh.
Do you like being a fire marshal? And how do you feel about your job?
I love being a fire marshal and I love my job.
Do you like Stop and Shop?
Yes.
Did you always want to be a fire marshal?
No.
What is your favorite animal?
Good question. I feel like my spirit animal is a duck.
Quack, quack. Duck. Duck, duck, goose. We just played. Oh, yeah, we just played. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard would you rate your job? Great question.
A 9.
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite movie?
We're just coming off of Christmas, so I'm going to say The Grinch. But I'm going to tell you which one because it's very specific. It's The Grinch. I think it's 2019. So it's not the Jim Carrey one. No.
It's not the old school cartoon.
Nope. It's the one where Pharrell Williams is narrating.
Really?
Yes.
Pharrell Williams
That is the best.
Really?
Yes.
Did not know that existed.
That's my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pharrell.
But it is animated and it's great.
Cool. You knew that existed? Yeah. Who is your favorite person at the fire department?
Captain Blair.
And this person says, who is your favorite person at the fire department? I like the Candyman.
Of course they're going to say the Candyman. They both did because they'd visit me at the firehouse and I worked with a guy who would show them the closet where we had all this candy. And so I'd be walking them back out to the car. So they're going to drive away and they're leaving this trail of candy behind. I'm like, what is all of this? This was not approved. It's the Candyman. So yeah, they love the Candyman.
And
Get well soon.
Candyman's all right?
Yeah, he is.
And who's Captain Blair?
Captain Blair. He was my he's my captain for probably about 10 years, I think. And he taught me one of the most important lessons that I probably could learn not only in the fire department, but in life. He says, one of my favorites was, everybody's got a first day. You know, and it's true. Like when people mess up and you think, oh my gosh, what is going on? What
are you thinking kind of deal?
Right. And you know what? He didn't show his frustration. Not to say that he wasn't frustrated, but he didn't show his frustration. He would really be encouraging. He would tell me, listen, everybody's got a first day. You know, like he was a captain, but he started off as a firefighter, you know? So he just put things into really great perspective for me and taught me probably the most I'd ever learned with any officer.
Captain Blair still on the job?
He is not. He has been retired for probably, 8 years or so. He's living up in New Hampshire. He's got
still
a beard probably 10 times the size of yours right now.
Beats the Abe Lincoln. Captain Blair.
But he was the guy with the biggest hands I'd ever seen and the longest unibar mustache. And he had...
oh, wait. I think I recognize the handlebar mustache guy.
That's the fire service.
I mean, they all
But he's super smart, smart and knowledgeable, you know?
Nice.
So, yeah, great
was
guy.
he a good friend?
I don't know. Well, I mean, a good fire friend. You know what he helped me out with? When I bought my condo, he had I was young and he'd bought me this little tool kit. He's like, I'll come over and I'll help you, but you're gonna need your own tools. I'm gonna teach you how to do it. And he's that guy. He's
nice.
Like,
Very
don't
cool.
worry, you'll learn to shut off the. You'll learn to flip that switch when you get a little tingle in your teeth. Yeah, you know.
No, be a good friend because that's our motto. Be a good friend. You know, pick up trash that's not yours. Hold the door. Give a compliment.
Absolutely.
Be charitable. So it sounds like Captain Blair gave
Awesome
you the
guy.
tool.
Oh yes.
Taught you, cared for you. Like want to make sure that you were doing all right.
Yeah.
Good for Captain Blair. How about the Candyman?
Candyman, good friend.
You want to give his alias or is he the Candyman?
He's the Candyman. I think he likes his privacy. He's the Candyman. But
I thought that was hilarious, and you knew who would say that too.
Yes.
I like the Candyman.
Yes.
Do you like Disney Plus?
I do. I don't like Disney movies, but Disney Plus has got some good.
Yeah.
Like the classic Disney movies, I think some of them have like the worst themes in the whole entire universe. But
they all lose a parent. It's all depressing and sad at the beginning
like,
and happy at the end.
How early do you talk about a true love kiss with kids? It's like,
Seriously.
All right.
Do you like Sprite?
Not a soda fan.
No soda. Do you like going to the mall?
Probably until I was about 30.
True. What's your favorite color?
Coral.
Ooh.
Like when I'm not wearing black. I
Why
love
coral?
that
Coral?
color. Yeah, coral, like that salmon-y color. It's like a
Nice.
orangey, pinky kind of mix. I love that. Yeah.
I have a coral sweater.
Mm.
Coral. What are you thankful for?
Feel that? Being able to breathe, good air.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, it's life.
If you can have any superpower, what would it be?
Superpower. Let's see. I wish I had a list of all of them.
Well, you got like flying, invisible, telekinesis is a popular one.
Yeah, one of my little girls said she wants to teleport.
Teleport, play every instrument, speak every language.
Ooh. I mean, reading minds is pretty cool until you go crazy.
Yeah.
As long as I could turn it on and turn it off. Yeah. I think reading people's minds.
And if you could have anything in the world, what would it be?
Besides world peace and happiness? Like tangible?
I know. There's no rules to this. What would you want?
No rules, huh?
World peace is a good one. My dad used to say that. My sister made him a map and put a peace sign on it for Christmas. And I'm like, good one. You got out of this.
You got what you want, Pops. What's next? What do you got?
What's your favorite thing to drink?
Oh. Somebody set me up. I'm going to say water.
Water. Is that H2O, the finest water?
There are a lot of really great things to drink, but when you are tired and you are dehydrated and you've been working all day and working all night and you need something to keep you going, you reach for water.
Yeah.
There are other things that feel really good to drink, but you reach for the water. You're on a deserted island.
Water.
And you can get some fresh water. You're going to reach for the beer, the wine, the tequila, the bourbon. You're going to reach for some fresh water that's going to be delicious.
Good old high quality H2O. All right. Now we're playing one sentence fire away.
All right.
Index card game.
Okay.
You'll know exactly where I got these, but maybe you want to speak on certified barbecue judge. What makes you a certified barbecue judge and why?
I went to, I don't know where you dug this up from, but so I actually went to training where I sat for hours tasting barbecued meat.
Come on.
And it was awesome. And I've actually judged a few competitions, and
So you have paperwork saying certified barbecue judge.
Little known fact. That's wow.
What's your take on Bear's barbecue?
It's great when you're there.
Yep. You don't take it home or getting it?
Everything is best fresh. I don't know what you would say would be better next day other than like soups and stews and, that kind of a thing. But man, like good barbecue.
Are you barbecue chicken, barbecue ribs? What are you, barbecue everything?
Give me the
cornbread,
swine
mac?
Every time. Love me some pork.
Swine every time.
Give me the swine every time. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Pork. Certified BBQ judge. When did that take place?
15 years ago.
And who won when you picked? And where was it? Who won? What'd you
I've
taste?
done several of them.
Come on.
I've done. I won't say many, but I've done several. Yeah. So.
All right.
And I'm one of many judges, so it's not like.
Is it like a dunk contest where you hold up a 10?
No, it's all secret.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
It's all secret.
So you go around, pick, score it. Is there a rubric?
What happens is you get a separated plate of different, and it depends on the format of the actual competition, but you'll get a plate of barbecue, and then you have to judge each one. Sometimes the texture is weird. Sometimes the sauce is bleh. But sometimes home run, like out the park, slam dunk, hole in one. What other ones can we talk about? Sometimes it's amazing.
Goal. That's awesome. I was interested right away. Political strategist.
Yes. So I have had the privilege of working on a number of campaigns, and generally they're all for the D's.
Yep.
And I will tell you, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of, I love that whole strategy component where you're looking at what's the best way to get this awesome candidate to win.
Nice.
I love that. I love
Mostly
that.
in West Hartford, Connecticut?
West Hartford, Connecticut, wherever I can get my hands in so that good Democrats win. Yeah, that's
nice. All right. This was interesting, too. I love the inclusion specialist.
Yeah. So it used to be diversity. It used to be diversity and inclusion. Then it's DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And now it's DEIB. Not sure if you all know about that, but it's diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Actually graduated from Cornell's diversity management program and have worked in the town of West Hartford and the state of Connecticut, whether it's on the community level, neighborhood level, to working with, say, larger organizations like MDC, just getting people to understand each other.
Do you know the current director of diversity and inclusion?
Pardon?
The current West
I
Hartford?
do.
She was just hired. Do you know her?
The coordinator was just hired. And so Rosina Haskins.
Okay.
And then Adrian Billing-Smith.
Nice. Nice. Well, Ace was a past podcast guest, and Rosina is a future podcast guest, and we're looking forward to it. So go back and check out the Ace podcast. Wonderful guests. Okay. I don't know that acronym.
International Association of Firefighters.
International
Firefighter. Yes.
Association of Firefighters.
So I'll tell you the
Gotcha.
distinction. The difference between an IAFF firefighter and other firefighters is simply that it's a union. It's the International Association of Firefighters. The International Association of Firefighters is actually our international union. And so if you are a volunteer, you wouldn't necessarily belong to that union. But if you are a career department, generally you belong to the IAFF.
And then West Hartford has their own union.
So
or is it only
it's
international?
a local. So think of it as like a huge organization, and they have branches.
Gotcha.
So
Almost like West Hartford teachers have their West Hartford union, but then we also have CEA, Connecticut Education Association. Then we have NEA, National Education Association.
But you have a local number, right?
And we have a local one.
So we're local 1241, the International Association. That's the West Hartford Firefighters Association. And then there's the UPFFA, the Uniform. It's the Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
The Connecticut Association. And then there's the International Association.
All right. Let's see.
What do you got? What do you got?
You want to pick one? Want a surprise, or you want me to just keep them coming?
Go. Keep them coming. That's so
Ambitious
true.
golfer?
Ambitious golfer. Golftec.
Oh, do you go?
I've been.
Nice.
And it's an awesome experience. I know the owner. We belong to a couple of the same organizations. And then Andy Kaloran. I went to high school with Andy Kaloran, who is the golf pro over at Rockledge.
Oh, nice.
So I've been able to take lessons from both.
I love the Rock. Beautiful
I
place.
I absolutely love golfing. I wish I could be better at it. And I'm hoping that I will be one day.
We'll save the date, September 10th. Friends of Feeney Golf Tournament, Goodwin Park. This is the second annual. Last year was September 11th. This year, September 10th.
All right. Put me down.
$120. Good time. Lots of fun. We had, what do we have? 28 foursomes.
I am all about
right.
a good lesson to get me better. So if you know how to nail that, I'm in.
The more you play, the better you'll get.
I think
you just go out there and hack it away.
I think you just asked me to retire.
Yeah. Yep. Retire. I thought this was awesome too. Bucker of stereotypes.
Yeah.
So what stereotypes have you bucked, and how long have you been bucking?
Well, I don't think that when people think of a firefighter, this is the face they think of.
Okay.
So I would say that's probably it.
That's a great one.
I think that's probably the one that sticks out the most. Har. See what I did there? I am, let's see, credentialed sommelier. When you think of wine and such.
Wait, what did you just say? Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Hold up. Sommelier.
Yes.
What level are you?
Sommelier.
You know there's 4 levels.
Yes.
It's Friday. I'm about to be a sommelier.
So I went to
Friday, speaking of which, but it's not a Friday, but Friday, sommelier.
I went to the Wine and Spirit Education Trust. I commuted to New York so that I could just learn about how awesome it is to have something super delicious to eat and something super delicious to drink. And then when you put them together, exponentially more delicious.
So you can pair, good pairing and food.
I think good pairing is important. And there's some really delicious, weird ones out there that you think, but what just happened? And I love that.
I had to look it up. Sommelier. There's introductory, certified, advanced, and master.
Yeah. I am not a master. Master is like I did this as a hobby. So I'm level 2, but I will definitely not tell you that. I can't tell you that I have 0.0 interest in being a master sommelier.
All right, we're going to put this on hold because we're going to come back to this.
Okay.
Sommelier. Yay.
Did it for fun. Totally worth it.
Which one's better, BBQ Judge or Sommelier? And have you ever done them both at the same time?
I would love to do them both at the same time. What? Yes.
I mean, that's a dream come true.
Yes.
How much does that job pay?
And how many volunteers?
Sign me up.
Yeah, exactly. Are they taking volunteers?
All right. Expert opinionist and observer.
Hey, what do you think? I'll tell you.
Perfect. Moving on. Campaign manager.
Yes.
Kind of touched on that earlier.
Yeah, we did. I've worked on a number of campaigns, especially actually if you talk to Adrienne Billing-Smith, she'd tell you. Let's see, I've worked on Claire Kindle. She was running for
West Hartford?
Yes, West Hartford. Actually, both West Hartford and the state level. She actually ran for Attorney General. Worked on her campaigns, Judy Casperson.
Okay, know her. Yep.
Yeah, so it's great. Again, that boils down to how do you get this awesome candidate to win? Know your constituents, know what the issues are, educate them, make sure that they know how to articulate it. Because you know what, much like everyone else, people actually have these amazing ideas up here, but they can't get it out here.
Mm.
And if you're a good campaign manager, you can help somebody be able to articulate what they really are thinking about. So
yeah, what would be the number one piece of advice to get someone to get it from here to there?
Practice. Yale University?
Did you go to Yale?
I went to
For
Cornell.
Campaign.
Oh, yeah.
The
Women's Campaign School. Gosh.
See, come on.
Throwing it back.
Digging deep.
Well, I don't think of that as, okay, number one, I got to tell you, it's a great school. It's now called the Yale Campaign School. And
how long was the course?
It's an intensive educational experience. So
Gotcha.
It's short. It's not like like Cornell's diversity management program. You take over.
You did that too, right?
Yes.
Yep.
This was a couple of weeks, and I'll tell you, it's a great program. But seemingly it gives you like just enough to spark all this other stuff that you want to nosh on. So I don't necessarily consider myself a Yale grad because of it.
Yeah.
But Yale hosted and they sponsor it, and we use all of their resources. But I don't think don't get it wrong.
That's so cool. I went to Yale.
I didn't.
For a party once.
I didn't graduate from Yale's program, so let's not get that wrong.
I went to Southern Connecticut. That's where I met my wife.
Yay.
But before that, went to some Yale parties. Yale and Toad's Place. Where'd you go to undergrad? And do you have
I started out at Norwich University and then graduated from Purdue.
Gotcha.
And then I'm actually in school now at Purdue online, and I'm getting my master's in public administration.
Nice.
Finish in August. It can't come soon enough, but
you're a boiler maker.
That's right.
All right.
Making boils.
Boils.
No.
Keep making them. All right. Tasting wine. I'm going to give you a wine.
Okay.
I got it bottled up. You got to tell me.
I'll tell you if it's red or white.
You're good. We're going to cover this up. So
I haven't done a blind tasting in a long time.
All right. Well, hey, today's the day.
Oh, boy. Hold up.
All right.
Okay.
Let's hear your take on this. What do you think so far?
It smells cabby.
I want the year.
Oh no, we're not going.
I want the location.
How about this?
And
Let me
the
tell
flavor.
You, I'm gonna the flavor. It's not Boone's Farm. It comes in flavors. That's
what
fine.
flavor you got over there?
So I don't know, but the acid is high. Like the
Is it medium body? Medium
so
body.
I'll give you. This is what I was taught. You ready? I'll give you a little.
How's it dripped on the glass?
Those are, we call those the legs, right?
Legs. Yep.
It's a little different when it's in plastic. But I will tell you this: it is. It's probably medium to full bodied. So this is what. Ooh, the tannins. Where do you get this?
Oh,
it's very
the guy
dry.
said, "What's up?" Too. He knows you.
Who?
Where I got this. Good friend. He considers you a good friend. On the way here. On the left.
I know where. So I'm going to tell you this. This is probably one of the driest wines I've had in a very long time.
All right. Can I tell you the title of this? Because it's Dry Creek. Does that mean it's dry?
It's
Dry Creek Valley? Where's that?
I don't know where that is.
And what were you going to say? What type of
So when
wine?
we're talking about the body of wine, if you've ever had skim milk, whole milk, and heavy cream, that basically describes the difference between light, medium, and heavy bodied.
Gotcha. Okay, good. I never heard of
So,
that analogy.
even if I
is
can't
great.
tell you exactly what this is, which I would tell you what
wait,
you could eat
skim
with
is
this.
dry?
No, body.
Body.
Right. So there's dry and there's sweet. And most people think of sweet wine as something that isn't sweet. It's just
It's like rosé.
fruity.
Rosé all day? Or no?
Time and a place.
All right, so ready for the big reveal?
Sure.
Did you get a flavor? Come on. You said
I would just
You
go with
say
a classic cab.
It is cab. Cab.
Yeah?
What year?
Ooh.
It's okay to be wrong.
It's youngish. 2019.
Man, you're good. 2017.
So-
I'm
okay.
impressed, right? All right. It says soils thin, rocky, iron rich. 17 months in French oak. This is a dry. Compliments of Ian at Harvest. Did you know? Were you
Yes.
on to that?
Yes.
All right, we got another one.
So I will tell you that it is that's a wine that I would probably not have by itself like I'm now.
Oh, yeah.
This
What would
is
you pair
something
it
that
with?
easily you can do steak, you could do chocolate, you could do just something that's remember I was telling you the acid is really high, so when you get something that's a little fatty, so when you've got that butter or like the mushrooms with the butter dripping all over that steak, this will cut through that and you'll be able to it'll still like hold up to it. So
because it's dry. And the food is considered not dry, or is that why you?
No,
I missed that.
No, it's more like because of the taste characteristics.
Gotcha.
So that's you didn't have any.
I know. Well, I'll try it. But then we got another flavor.
Okay, we got another flavor.
Got that strawberry booms.
Strawberry wine.
So yeah, it's
17.
what's that? Cherry red. Smells
So if you want to
great.
talk
Good on
about some of the
nose.
tasting notes.
We had Matt Whitney on. Matt Whitney owns Maximum Beverage. He knows his stuff. Very interesting. Had him on 3 times. Well, when he delivers big Happy Gilmore checks from Maximum Beverage after our fundraiser, we have him on. And we just had our most recent one was Colleen Conway. He hosted Friends of Jeopardy. Got to check it out. But he knows, like, this is from the mountains. This is from the, I don't know, he just knows his stuff.
He reads labels and tastes wine all day.
Right?
I get to do it after 8 o'clock and sometimes on the weekends.
Yeah, maybe on a Friday. All right, so go back to that medium. Cab, right?
It smells very, okay, straight shot. I like that.
Well, like we got another one, so we got here.
Cab or Tequila. Who cares what's in the glass, right?
I usually go Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir is great.
Bread and butter, Pinot Noir.
Okay.
My wife actually goes bread and butter, Pinot Noir. Won't venture out. Ian knows me. He knows to keep Pinot bread and butter just in case Nicole needs some.
I will tell you, Pinot Noir, I could have summer, winter, spring, autumn, doesn't matter. You can have Pinot on a warm, cozy night, or you can have it the brightest day, and it's always going to match wherever you are.
It's true.
That's one of the reasons why I love a good Pinot Noir.
Like
Seriously.
By the fire, summer. All right, we want to pour that out, or are you going to finish that?
I'll finish it.
See, don't judge. I finished mine too. All right, let's see.
Okay. This
is another. Let's see what we got here. Now
All
it's
right.
a mixture. This is one's going to be the challenge.
Okay. All right. It's a rosé.
It is now.
All right.
Let's see what we got here.
This one's good, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would buy this.
Better than, obviously it's, so you know it's a white.
I do.
I'll give you a hint. It's a white wine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I would say it's probably around the same vintage year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little minerally.
Their spirit, passion, and dedication of
I
those
taste
who grow
all
it.
Of that.
Right?
I taste
Well, I
all.
haven't
I
even
could
tried
taste
yet.
a little sweat. No, that's not in the tasting notes.
I taste the spirit, the passion,
Is it a
and the
shard?
dedication.
It doesn't taste shardy. It could be like a Chardonnay-ish. Hold on.
2 for
But
2.
But it's not. Oh, it's a shard?
Shard.
I was gonna say, but it's not oaked very long.
Oh. Holy cow. 2020. Man, we're going to hire you for a sommelier. Who needs a sommelier? Reach out to 860-561. Email her professional email for the town
Call
of
me
West
at work,
Hartford
right?
for
Yeah.
the sommelier. Oh, I love it.
I didn't promote that, Chief.
Very talented. I like it. That was cool. All right. So we're here in, moving on. We're here in
Yeah.
West Hartford in Gastro Park.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite restaurant? You were talking about pairing and steaks and barbecue. And there's a follow-up question. Favorite restaurant? You don't have to do West Hartford because I know
okay.
it's tough for
It's tough for
everyone
me to name
set-
a West Hartford restaurant, but I will tell you this: West Hartford has awesome restaurants,
Mhm.
places that you could probably say, you know what, I could put this in a regular rotation and eat here every week,
Mhm.
right? We have those, but there are restaurants all over the world that are. I went to a restaurant in Chicago, and it was called Firehouse, and it burnt down.
Was it an old firehouse?
That's the whole story that I want to tell you.
It didn't burn down while you were there, did it?
No.
Was it an old firehouse?
Yes.
And it burnt down.
And it burnt down.
Irony gets more and more.
I don't want to talk about it. It was the most amazing service. I've been in a slanted door in San Francisco. I've been to French Laundry. I've been to this was great service, amazing food. It was just spectacular. So
Yeah, Chicago. I went to a Cubs game and like walking by, the fire guys are hanging out. So of course, I don't know why and how we're feeling great. We go get pictures with the firefighters outside of Wrigleyville because I think it said Wrigleyville Fire Department. So that's
cool.
like cool because you're in Wrigleyville. But they were awesome, great guys. And but I felt like then the next block there's another fire stations. It's this cool like New York has cool firefighters and Chicago. They all major cities. I don't know. Is it a thing about being a firefighter in
no,
major
because
cities?
you know what? I think West Hartford has really cool firefighters too.
I feel like they're rock stars still in New York City. New York City firefighters. But again, not West Hartford. They showed up 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You are rock stars.
Captain Blair would say, I might not be playing for the Yankees, but I'm still in the big leagues. So that's how he compared, those guys from Boston, New York, Chicago, Detroit. Yeah, he'd say.
Yeah, you're still getting at bats, real fires, seeing real pitches, if you're doing the baseball analogy.
See?
That is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, follow-up question.
Yes.
You're at Fireside? What's it called? Fireside?
Firehouse?
Firehouse. Excuse me. You're at Firehouse in Chicago. You can have 4 guests, dead or alive. Who you eating with?
I am eating with Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dead or alive, right? I'm eating with Kamala Harris. I'm eating with Queen Latifah.
Ooh.
I am eating with, I was gonna say Condoleezza Rice, but I've already got the Politico in there already, so I'm gonna pass. But Condoleezza Rice is fair. Kamala Harris, maybe somebody really Issa Rae.
Who's that?
Oh,
you got UNITY.
Issa Rae is an actress, and she is in that show. It's unfortunately all wrapped up now, but Insecure.
Man, what's that about?
One
what
day.
channel is that on?
HBO. You should watch it. It's okay. You could probably.
I'm just a
get it
teacher. I
on
can't pay
YouTube.
for cable. I don't have cable. I get Hulu and then I cancel and then I get Netflix. Kids, you get one Disney show, then we got canceled.
I just cut the cord.
No,
smart. I wanted to throw my boxes at the Xfinity window, but I didn't. I walked them in and I said, "Thank you very much. Thank you for your service." And then walked away.
We've cut them for quite some time, and it was great. Yeah. I'm glad we did that. So
Insecure.
I got to write that down. We're gonna in the shout out section. I need to learn more about Insecure. HBO. Good show.
Awesome show. Sad it's done.
Give me a little plot. No spoilers. No spoilers.
It is a great show about
who's insecure.
Issa Rae, the character that Issa Rae plays, she's the main character.
Divorced.
And she's young.
Okay.
Living out on her own. It's about relationships. It's about friendships. It's about workships. It's about all of that.
How many seasons?
4.
Wow.
I want to say maybe 4 seasons.
Am I out of the loop? Am I
show.
Am I myself for not knowing
great
this?
Show.
It's 4 seasons.
So who do we have so far? What's my
Issa Rae?
Yes. Kamala. Queen Latifah, the Queen.
The Queen.
So what do we
set it off?
Set it off? That's what you think of?
Oh, it's one of the greatest movies of all time.
I'm not sure about that. Do you know the Dana Owens album?
No.
Oh,
who's that?
It's Queen Latifah.
Her? Oh.
It's Queen Latifah.
That's what the UNITY.
No, she sings, "Close your eyes. Put your head on my shoulder and sleep. Close your eyes." Yeah, it's great.
I love it. You didn't have to stop. Keep going.
Okay, so we've got three.
Queen Latifah, though. I don't even know what movie this was, but this movie starts. There's a motorcycle person in a helmet, whipping through the town, hopping over things, jumping over bridges, cutting in and out of lanes. All of a sudden, they get to their location. They take it off. It's Queen Latifah. And I was like, I don't know. It didn't sell me. Do you know the movie? It's fairly recent. I wish I could look it up. We'll Google it. But I was like, come on, Queen. I give you a lot of credit for it. But driving, motorcycle skills, and the hopping,
she's been on a bike for a long time, though.
E.T.,
She's probably on a bike and set it off.
No, she was driving with the gun out the window, robbing banks. Oh,
yeah,
she was a hero. I'm not a hero, but
Mr. Feeney didn't mean that.
Oops.
There it is.
Oops.
There it is.
Oop, there it is. Sorry
Upside
about
down
that.
and inside out. I'm about to
turn this. Yeah.
No.
I'm taking it back to the. No, I do apologize. We're not a hero, but sometimes movies.
Yeah.
Can you root for the villain? Sorry.
You can. You absolutely can root for the villain.
But you still need a 4th person.
I still need the 4th person.
Queen, Kamala Harris, Issa.
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 Issarae. Who doesn't want to have dinner with Oprah?
Ooh. Yeah. You get a dinner. You get a dinner.
You got the lobster. You got the lobster. You got the king crab legs. You got the
best thing. I go to Centerville for my whole life. Born and raised. My aunt lives in Centerville. There's a Centerville Pies. Oprah went to go to a funeral for one of the Kennedys. Centerville Pies said, "Oh, we know Oprah's staying over here. Let's send her a bunch of Centerville Pies." They're a local little Centerville pie. She mentioned Centerville Pies on her show.
Right.
They're still in business to this day, flourishing. It's amazing the pull that Oprah has. Like, her word is, and I've seen it firsthand. Like, it used to be, they actually, small potatoes, but I've seen it. Centerville Pies.
That's amazing to me. That amount of influence.
Yeah. Like I said, once you get your book on her list, you're golden.
You're living your life like you're golden. Golden, that's Jill Scott.
I like it. Can I get Oprah? Oprah want to be a guest on Feeney Talks with Friends?
I actually had a question for you.
Oh, I love questions.
It might not be my turn for questions, but I'm going to throw this one out since we're here in this space.
Yeah.
Who is your reach, like your long shot, where I don't even know if I have a person to contact the person who might know somebody, and then if they did, I don't know if they'd be on the show, but I want them. Who's that person?
Yeah. Well, in the podcast game, we talked about it. Joe Rogan asks some good questions. I don't want to get all political, but he does ask some good questions, and he has interesting guests, from UFO guys to sharpshooters to politicians to people who've seen a lot.
All sounds like the same category to me, but go ahead.
Politicians and UFOs, of course. Athletes, rappers, Be Real from Cypress Hill was just on. Great guest. Brought me back to Cypress Hill days.
Did it make you feel like you're insane in the brain?
Insane in the membrane.
Insane, got no brain.
We've had Kenny Mayne on. Kenny Mayne, I grew up idolizing on ESPN. Mm-hmm. We didn't have the internet when I wanted to check how many points Michael Jordan scored or who won last night. I'd have to wake up the next day and look in the paper, or I'd have to tune into SportsCenter. And SportsCenter one was at 7 and 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. and then again at 6 and 7 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And Kenny Mayne was on, main event, and I had him on the podcast. It was amazing to talk with him. That was cool. And then I'm like, oh, he's going to share it out. He has 250,000 followers. He's going to share it out. Feeney Talks with Friends is going to take off.
Yeah.
3 people liked it.
No offense, but he's no Oprah.
Right? He didn't have the Oprah pull. He didn't Centerville Pies me. I need someone to get me. Who's going to be my Centerville Pie? Today is the day. Marsha.
I'm no Oprah either, but I can tell you this. You've talked about who you have had.
Who do I want?
But who's the reach? Who's the one that you don't even know how to get in touch with this person yet, maybe? Or
Okay.
Is it Oprah? Is it Oprah?
I know. I would love Oprah. Color Purple, Oprah. I remember watching that in school and going, that's Oprah. Oprah Centerville Pies, Oprah Magazine, Harpo.
Gail's best friend, Oprah.
Gail.
You could probably reach her through Gail.
Do you know? Oh, a mom from the school used to work for Oprah.
Okay.
Allison Overholt. Allison got it. But then she left. I see her. I'm sitting across from Allison. I'm like, hey, I do this podcast now. Can you get me in with Oprah? Like, I was going to give her a shirt. She goes, I left. She teaches at Harvard now. Allison. Real nice. You want to be a professor. When Feeney wants to talk with Oprah.
That's awesome, though. Being a professor, I would love to get in academia.
At her alum. She went to Harvard. Now she's teaching at Harvard. So shout out to you. Cheers to you.
Who knows? Maybe I'll be teaching at Purdue.
I taught 2 semesters at Goodwin University. Mm-hmm. What was it? elementary, was it? Early childhood, leadership in early childhood.
Okay.
They were like daycare providers, nursery school kids, counselors and teachers.
Did you know that Harvard offers a higher education teaching certificate? And I'm guessing that it probably has to do with maybe online platforms for adult learners and like the whole 9 yards. So,
Cost? Free? Oh, silly
highly
question.
unlikely.
Silly question. But I did hear.
Surely you just. My name is not Shirley. Sorry.
Great movie. Man, my reach. I love it. Oprah would be amazing. Mm-hmm. But I've done them local. I mean, how far can I bring Kyle? Look at this guy. Where are we going?
I don't know. He looks pretty low maintenance. I got a feeling you could take him anywhere and you'd crush it. You'd make it happen for him, wouldn't you?
Kyle, we're going. Luna Pizza is our next podcast. Alex from Luna Pizza. It's going to be a half interview.
Is it going to be on site?
Yep. And
on location.
We're making pizza.
On location. I like that.
Pizza. So we're going to make
No, that's
pizza.
Caesar's Pizza. Little Caesar's.
Oh, that's not Luna's thing? Pizza?
No.
What if does Luna have to get it there in 30 minutes or it's free?
Definitely not. I can tell you that. Definitely not. Your reach. Who's your reach? Remember, I only had... we need your fourth. Well, I need your reach.
Yeah. Jordan. No, Ace, we had a good laugh. Ace goes, who's your four? And I was like, it was like vacation. I'm like, I'm going to go snorkeling with Biggie Smalls, Michael Jordan to talk sneakers. And she goes, you think Michael Jordan wants to talk sneakers?
He doesn't.
And do you think Biggie
Cigars
Smalls will
and bourbon.
ever go snorkeling? Mr. Rogers, you mentioned that earlier, my idol.
Was that on? I don't think
no,
we're
that was
on.
not on.
That was
right before.
Yeah, that was not on camera. Yeah.
You sang Lizzo's song,
right.
And that should be the new Mr. Rogers song, which we do need an intro for Friends of Feeney. Feeney Talks with Friends. Calling our friends out there. Number one, please like and share this podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. We're on 150 followers. I learned that today. You need to ask your audience what you want.
Absolutely.
We're on episode 69, 150 followers.
Can I ask you what I want?
Please.
What I want? I'd like to intro you.
Yeah.
I want to use my voice. I want to narrate. I want to tell stories.
You mean Morgan Freeman, like of the Penguin movie?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I love it.
So
I got a former student. He's in a band. Dominic, in the 06 wonderful jazz band. I'm like, hey, play my intro. Because right now, speaking of videos, your 911 videos and your stop, drop, and roll intro music. little
Jen, we'll work on that, okay? We'll work on that.
Interesting choices, to say the least. That's
what's the next question you have over there?
That was like our school bus video when we do the school bus video at school. You're like, is this a 1970 video?
You want me to tell you one of my favorites?
Go ahead.
One of my favorites is I think it may even be the last one. It's the Kitchen Fires one. Kitchen Fires. And we also did a commercial at the Delamar in front of their fire pit. So it's the fire pit. Those two are, I think, my favorites.
Yeah. Delamar's great. Free marshmallows, like in the winter on a certain day. Saturdays, I think from 3 to 6, you just show up, free marshmallows.
Come on.
Yeah. Haven't tried it, but
your reach.
I'm still back to the reach.
Oh, bro, Jordan. You said Jordan?
Jordan would be amazing. Sitting across from someone. Yeah, Jordan. Jordan was like almost like a god. Still, I had every sneaker from 1 to 30.
So maybe like more accessible might be instead of Jordan,
LeBron. Gino. Yeah. I would love Gino, Jim Calhoun. I reached out. We were in contact with the guy from Hartford, John Gallagher, but he moved on. Gino would be great. Kevin Ollie, Gino, Hurley. Mm-hmm. Hurley's assistant coach is a Murray. It's Bill Murray's son.
Come on.
Bill Murray's son is the assistant coach for UConn.
I would have never guessed that.
So maybe I could do a double up. Coach Murray, Bill Murray.
Boom.
You helping out?
I'm there. I am totally there.
Yeah, had Chief Riddick, had the mayor, had
Not
Ace,
Reaches.
Liam Sweeney, West
Not
Hartford.
Reaches.
You
Not
got
Reaches.
all.
I'm talking, like you said to me, like, there are no limits. There are no limits here. Just.
Dead or alive?
She wants you to bring it back to Jada Kiss.
Oh. That was great.
Come on.
Jada would be, I could follow up. Hey, Jada, do you remember when we met? I met him outside the Knicks locker room. And I say, hey, why Denzel had to be crooked before he took it?
You win. You win.
And we hugged, and I swear I had a flip phone. And we took the selfie. Before selfies were like a thing, the flip phone. And our faces, our cheeks are practically touching. And I could show you the picture. And
Adorbs. No.
If you
that
get
wouldn't
here
qualify
freestyle,
for adorbs.
Yeah. Hashtag adorbs, me and Jada. Ha ha.
Not Smith either. You got to make sure you clarify.
True. Definitely not. Get slapped. Do you like comedy?
I do.
Yeah, you're funny. And you like music too.
I do. I like music. I feel like there's a song for just about everything.
Yeah. I do spelling tests on Fridays, and sometimes I'm like, let's see if I could sing. You give a sentence, the next sentence for the word. Let's see if I can do a song every time. And it was like, one kid was like, oh, I built this city on rock and roll. How do you spell starship? I don't know. That got incorporated at one point. And I was like, how do you know starship?
Right?
Anyway, we got a game.
Okay.
Finish the line of the song.
Ooh.
I'm good like this.
All right. Because a lot of them I make up.
What minute are we?
Hour 26.
Whoa.
Is that long?
Wow. This is amazing. We're having such a good convo.
Oh, we are. Wow.
We're getting longer and longer.
Because you didn't want to be definitive on
my reach.
Your reach.
That lasted about 10 minutes too long. Should just know your answer and just say it, Feeney. Rip the Band-Aid. Well, here, I want to thank Gastro Park for hosting, and I want to give you a $5 nickel. You can spend that how you will next time.
You know how they
Yep. Oh, yeah.
What was that? It was a cartoon.
Bullwinkle.
Yes. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
At the end. Another funny story. I met Rebecca Lobo. She came to camp at High Meadow Day Camp, brought her gold medal. 1996 gold medal. I say, hey, Rebecca, can I put it on? Rebecca, can I? And there's a picture of me biting her 1996 medal. And then I know her sister. And so I got it printed out 8x10. Mm-hmm. She signs it. Feeney, the teeth marks are still in my medal. Sincerely.
Nice.
Lobo.
I think she came to something when I was a kid, and I just remember being like this.
Oh, yeah. 6'6". So we got questions.
Okay.
Index cards. Crazy questions.
You're making your list and checking it twice.
This is going to have to be the last one. We're going to have to skip on the dice game and the state game, but it's been
dice
amazing.
Game?
We maybe do one dice. One die.
States
one
game.
die. All right, some I may sing because I know, and some I may not, but you're going to finish the line.
Okay.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a
heartache?
Yep.
All right.
My loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I'm
not that innocent.
I still believe. That's Brittany. Jeremiah was a
bullfrog.
Okay. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay. I jacked that up. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay. I jacked it up again. Alive, I will survive. Maybe you could read that better. You sing that better than me.
Wait, I don't want to see the answer.
Sorry.
Top. Bad. Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh.
It's getting late. Getting late in the game.
Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive.
Darn it. That was way better. Way better.
Oh, boy.
Oh, As long as I know how to love. Okay. My karaoke game's weak.
Oh, I hot like fire right here. 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope.
Oh, I know that. I step outside.
Yes.
Open
I
up.
realized quickly when I knew I should that this world was made of this. Yeah. Okay.
And I try.
Yeah.
Oh, do I try?
I tried a single time. Yeah.
What's the hook? Do the hook. That's great.
And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out. What's in my head, and I'm feeling
a little peculiar.
And then I wake in the morning
and I step outside and then I get really high.
Take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? I say, hey,
what's going? Hey, what's going on?
Nailed it.
Yay, that was great. Good tune. That was fun. First, high five. Cheers to that. That was the first podcast. Sing along.
Yeah.
Hey.
James Gordon's got nothing
I am
on
having
you.
a wonderful time chatting with you.
Same,
I'm learning
same.
a lot, and we're having a great time.
We are.
All right. We'll do make it. I'm going to jack these up. See, I need help. I'm nervous.
Make it to the limit one more time. No, that's take it to the limit one more time.
Make it last forever. Friendships never. This is a Spice Girls song. Oh. What you want, baby?
I got it. What you need? You know I got it. Yeah.
R-E-S-P-C-T.
Yes.
Tell it what it means to me. All right. Last one. Sorry,
Okay.
I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside,
I've got the month of May.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Good
totally.
singing.
Is that
All right.
all of them?
All right, fine. We'll do them.
I was just wondering what
All
songs
right.
you had an interest in.
Oh, let's see if you know this one. I hear the train a coming. It's rolling around the. Testing your limits. It's a Johnny Cash song. I hear the.
That's not how it sounds.
I hear the train a coming.
That is not.
It's rolling around the bend.
Nope. I'm not hitting
Folsom-
the button on that.
Wrap it up button. Wrap it up, B.
That's the trap door button.
Gong, 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 gong. Definitely gong me there.
Yeah.
All right. See, I couldn't do that one either.
All right, let me see. I'll help you out.
Yeah, hit me with this one.
Hit me with your next shot. No, your best shot. Hit me with your best
Hit
shot.
me with your best shot. You would. Come on. Or look at them all. Game. You pick one and get it going.
There's
Let's go.
fire in the rain. Do, 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 do. No, I don't know that song. No. Oof. I get so lonely I could die.
Why are we singing about that?
Yeah, no. I'll help you out with these.
That was a staff meeting. So staff meeting, state game.
Okay.
Every Thursday, staff meeting. And the game and this
Florida.
Staff, you see Florida.
Is that number 2? Is that Tennessee?
Yep.
Alabama? Number 3? No, Mississippi.
Yep.
Virginia.
Yep.
Louisiana.
Yep.
Connecticut. Ohio. It's one of those ones that they all look the same.
Northwest.
Washington.
I said the same thing. Oh, it's Oregon.
Okay, Oregon. And Texas.
All right, cool. All right, let me see if here. What is the capital of number 3?
Okay, number 3 is Mississippi. Oh, I'm so horrible at the capital game. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on these.
What is
I'm
the
gonna
capital of
pass on
number
those.
5?
I'm gonna pass on those. Let's see.
All right,
And
geography.
this is how I
West
know
Hartford
I'm really,
Public Schools right here.
This is how I know that, well, West Hartford Public Schools also teaches us to be aware of our challenges.
Yes.
So one of the things that I want to get for my kids is the placemat. My grandmother used to have one of these. The placemat with all the presidents.
Okay. Yep.
And the placemat with the mat.
Yeah.
With the capitals.
So when you're eating, they said you could do that too in the shower curtain. Get a map, but it's
Yes.
the shower curtain. So you just see things.
My eyes are usually closed. I'm like,
You're singing for sure.
I'm definitely singing. You know. See, this is what we learn in an hour and a half, right?
Yeah. Again, wonderful time talking with the Deputy Fire Marshal, 23 years in West Hartford, born and raised in West Hartford, Marsha McCurdy Adell.
Yay.
So much fun. We were a sommelier. We sang. We talked. We asked questions. It was so much fun. Any closing remarks?
Do good things. Be nice. Be a good friend.
Be a good friend.
Be a good friend.
Be a good friend. That's awesome. Any recommendations? Books, movies, podcasts?
I have plenty of them, and it's like I don't want to.
We're gonna be here for another hour 20.
All day, all night. Come back and we'll just talk about all the yummy things that are out there.
Deal.
In terms of
Deal.
We'll
have you back, definitely.
Awesome. A whole episodes on what you should do. That's it. That's
what you should do?
You know what you should do? You should read this, you should watch this, you should listen to this. And that's it. And that's all we do, right? Just you know what you should do?
I like it. You know what you should do? Well, I want to thank Kyle and Dave from Direct Line Media. I want to thank Tate and all our friends at Gastro Park.
Yes.
Thank our sponsors, West Hartford Lock, Fix IV, Donut Crazy, Keating AG Insurance, Golf Law, and the West Hartford Fire Department. Those are amazing people. They're not sponsors, but they're heroes, and we thank them every day. And it was wonderful talking with you. On 3, we're going to say, be a good friend. 1, 2, 3.
Be a good friend.
1, 2, 3. Be a good friend. We should do a duet. We do the grease. We should have broke out the